Hey everyone, Al Perry, Century 21 Advantage Gold. I want to talk to you a little bit today about helping create a competitive market analysis for a property, specifically for a listing presentation. You know, it's a common challenge for a real estate agent when they get licensed. They come in assuming they can get an appointment to meet with a seller, potentially to list their home. Okay, now what? How do I make a suggestion to a seller about pricing this property? You know, that's built on analytics, built on intelligence. And one of the greatest tools we have available, not only for the data that's there, but also in the sexy presentation of that data to our client, is a tool that realtors have through REALTORS Property Resource. It's RPR is what it's referred to. So I'm going to share my screen here, and I'm going to go in from the beginning to RPR. All right, let's get out of this. And I'm just going to pull up NAR for National Association of Realtors, RPR, because that's hard to forget. And when you do NAR, RPR, you see National Association of Realtors, RPR, NARRPR.com. You click here. I have an account established already. If this is your first time to RPR and you are a realtor, you'll have a little screen down here that'll show up, either sign in or set up an account. You just got to set it up. As long as you can verify that you are part of the realtor family, you'll get access to RPR. So just moving, I'm going to pull up 2929 South 66th Street. It's a property that we're about to list. And you see, just by putting the address in the location, it already gives you a RVM, the Realtors Valuation Model. You see it's got comps ranging from 245,000 to 325,000. You see that the RVM confidence here is 4 out of 5 stars. Now, mind you, I haven't done anything in here yet other than put the address in. And this automatically comes up and has a picture of the property, an exterior picture of the property that I did not put there. So now I'm going to go up here to CMA, because I can't trust that the RVM is accurate. RVM is just compressed data in this region. It's good data. It's definitely a step in the right direction, but I need to make sure. I like to pick my comps. I like to kind of walk through a little process. So this gives you the ability to do that. So if I go to CMA, you see it's an off-market property, and I get to do two choices. I can do a comparative analysis or a sales comparison analysis. Maybe I'll do a training on a sales comparison analysis in the future, but this is, you get to edit the comps much like an appraiser does in an appraisal report, in that report. So that's really a little more granular. I'm just going to go through a comparative analysis. It's a little easier to create. The first thing you got to do is to confirm the home facts. I've already done this. So it's going to ask you, do you have the right number of bedrooms? There's all kinds of data that's already in here. So in my case, I had to make a couple modifications. I had to there's a powder room that wasn't accounted for, so I added that. There's also one additional room in the house, so I added that. So I put those in, and then I hit save. So that's already been done for this property, so I can't walk you through that again. But it's real simple. It's one screen that pops up, and you make sure the data is accurate. If you don't know of any changes, you just hit OK, and then you come down to here. Now we're going to search for comps. You see this already comes up because I've done this before for this property, but I'm going to edit these comps. So editing the comps, I'm going to just basically go through the process again. And so I'm going to go back 6 months instead of 3. I'm going to change this to 3 bedrooms to 3 bedrooms. and change this from 1 to 2 baths. I'm going to change this from 1,300 square feet to 1,700 square feet. And I'm only doing that because I know this area and I know this style of home, and I'm trying to eliminate, there's a whole bunch of other homes in this area up here and some in these little side streets over here that are smaller homes, and they're not going to be nearly as valuable as this one. So I'm eliminating them from the mix. And then I'm going to draw a shape. So let me back out because I want to do a little slice of the map here, because I know the area that has this style homes. This is where the realtor intelligence comes in. And I know I want to draw a shape and draw a polygon. I like to do polygons because it gives you a little more points of data. And I'm going to draw here. I'm going to go down to Island Road, and I'm going to go up here to Buist Avenue. I come down here to 65th Street, and then down and touch my point again. So then I'm just going to search in that area. And it's going to give me some properties. Again, I know this area pretty well. And this is the comp that I'm looking to get rid of. The 6612 Cormorant Place was a property that I had selected before. After further review of that comp, I'm going to do away with it. And then these other comps were properties that I didn't select that were in there, but the properties that I did select are already over here. Because again, I just did this process previously. Now I'm walking through it again. So you see there's a number of houses already selected. And that includes these, but if I want to deselect, I just take it out. If I want to hit this, it'll move that one over. But I want to leave the rest of these in because again, some of these properties are a little different. I don't want to include them. One of them is the exact same kind of property, except it's in rough condition. That's this one. I don't want to include that because the house I'm going to is a nice home. So I've picked my comps. I'm going to update my valuation. And now it's going to give me a revised valuation of the comp analysis. I'm going to create my report. And I'm going to select the seller's report. And I'm going to run it. It takes about a minute to generate. It's going to be there's going to be a doorbell that comes on. Can't miss the doorbell. And it's going to give you a really nice report. It's going to show you the original valuation model. I think that was 284,000, what came up automatically. And then it's going to show you my revised comp analysis next to it. And these are going to be the two talking points I do with the seller on this property. But it's going to be packaged really nice. And it's going to be 81 pages, so I'm not going to print this out. I'm going to have it on my tablet. I can email it to the seller, so the seller has a copy of it. But printing up now or pulling up now. I'm not going to go through the whole report, but you'll see it looks really nice. It's branded to me, branded to my company, my contact information. Tells you what the estimated value is using the RVR estimated range, and then my revision to that using the comps that I wanted to select for this property. And then here's the home facts. Here's the couple of things I changed. There were 2 baths, not 1. There was a powder room in addition to the full bath that they already knew about. And then there were 7 rooms, not 6. So I just revised a few things, nothing too heavy. I just know how to count. And it gives you a whole bunch of information. I'm just going to scroll down to the side-by-side comp analysis. But there's great information here. Look over this report for yourself because it's stuff that your seller could really appreciate. So here's the side-by-side analysis. Each comp is laid out and the price, where it is in relation to to the subject property, how far it is, and then I think it gives you a little, it gives you better, gives you a bigger printout of each. So it's a really nice report. What's interesting is that other report in the beginning of this, you had that that other report you had the option to do that I said was a little more granular. In there, you could have manipulated these comps like an appraiser does. So again, another training for another day. But hopefully you found this useful. I mean, this is a really pretty tool. Gives you a great looking report. If you want to print this out, it looks great when you hand it to the seller. Of course, you can email it. There are shorter versions of this report. You don't have to do the 81-page report. I think there's one that's 12 pages. Gives you some of the meat and potatoes of this report, but it's only 12 pages, so you don't have to print as much if you are printing. So hopefully you found this helpful. If you did so, please click like. Please follow this channel for updated videos as well. Thank you for taking the time to watch. I'll stop my share here, and you have yourself a great day.